So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them, in a sense, and gotten the ball from them.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Now a throw right side, taken in here to start this drive. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 now. From the gun, Jones steps away to his left. That's to Golladay. What a catch. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 25 yards that time.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. waiting from the gun. Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. John Ross, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is, and we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2, so I would agree with you totally on that.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. Fitzpatrick. Forced out to his left. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll run with Gibson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. They'll try to throw here. Fitzpatrick off to Thomas on the left side, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards there on a Washington first. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Back to the ground with Gibson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. They'll run with Gibson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Patterson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Fitzpatrick. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. De'Ami Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll sneak it with Fitzpatrick, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's fourth down. Here's Fitzpatrick, and it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. They'll set up the screen for Gibson, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Complete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Thomas the intended target, and now it's third down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. And Thomas has it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Fitzpatrick to his tight end, Thomas, for the Washington first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Escaping the pressure right. They'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Fitzpatrick. He'll buy some time right. Thomas brings it in. And he's brought down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's a give to Gibson. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down and 3. They'll go again with Gibson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. To throw, Fitzpatrick. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. First down Giants, Jones to Ingram.
And we always say, and I absolutely believe it, Evan Ingram is a wide receiver in a tight end's frame. 63 catches last year, en route to his first Pro Bowl nomination.
Here's Jones. Throwing on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. He's got a man complete. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Jones now on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. Touchdown, Giants! Darius Slayton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Gano for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Eluding the pressure right. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And who's got it?
And when he has tried me, I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you